Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Denver, Colorado. Today we've got a tail of the tape, a little clash of the titans.
Right.
Should be pretty fun. It's gonna be Denver versus Aurora.
All right, let's do it, guys. What's up, guys? We are the Mile High Property Brothers. I am Eli Schmidt. This is my business partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time visiting our channel, hey, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell along with the subscribe button. I don't know why I said that backwards, but we come out with a new video every Tuesday and every Thursday, and we tell you everything there is to know about either moving to or living in the Denver, Colorado area.
Man, you got that out. Correct.
Barely.
And we also are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado, which means as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with your real estate needs. So that number popping up below. We are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages. We are the guys who answer the email. So just anything we can do for you specifically, we would love to do so. With that being said, we're going to jump right into it. Little tail of the tape, little city versus city. We're seeing a lot of searches pop up for that. We have a lot of questions that pop up for that. So we thought we'd have some fun and just start putting together some cities that might seem similar but could be different, and just give a tail of the tape, a verse.
Yep.
Today, it's going to be Denver versus Aurora, so we're going to get right into it for you guys.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, guys. Now, one of the biggest questions that we get, or one of the biggest obstacles that I think when we're sitting on Zoom calls with you guys that are thinking about moving into town, you know, unlike, you know, maybe California or something like that, so many of our cities have so many similarities. You know, it's not like you're going from one area to the next and it feels like this totally different world. So most of our little nuances from city to city are just that, they're nuances. So that's what we wanted to kind of dive into today.
100%. Like if you're coming from California, you hit I-5 south out of LA, nothing really matters until you hit San Diego. Everybody from San Clemente and Irvine and Orange County, I love you too, but you don't really matter big time wise until you hit San Diego. And there's some definite like downtown things that are there. But here in Colorado, like your main downtown is downtown Denver. And are there some other like downtown districts per se, or some Denver tech centers? Denver still? Are there some other places, some other tech centers within Colorado outside of Denver? Like, yes, but it's just your one major city is going to be Denver, and everything just kind of coincides around that. So, but we're going to get right into it. But as far as like verse, Denver, almost double the size population-wise when it comes to Aurora. And it does have not only Denver Tech Center, but it's also got the heart of downtown. So low-do, low-high, Rhino Art District, Little Man Ice Cream.
Everything.
That's probably a pro versus con video, but Little Man Ice Cream, super cool, but definitely different demographic-wise as far as what you're looking at living-wise. If you want to get into like what it looks like living here, as far as cost of living and type of home when you live here.
Yeah, so looking at, first of all, affordability. By far, if you're looking for affordable, you're probably going to want to lean over towards Aurora. The average home sale price is about double what it is in Denver versus what it is in general in Aurora.
Correct. And just going apples to apples, there are expensive homes in Aurora, especially as you point out the southeast Aurora. You've got homes that are all the way up close to $2 million, just over $2 million. But apples to apples, if you were to take that $2 million home and put it in the heart of Denver, it would not be $2 million. It would probably be 3.7 because of the location. However, a benefit, or I guess a verse or a quality that Aurora does have is like some of those homes at $2 million or $800,000 in Aurora, bang for buck, they're big, and they're probably out at the lake, or they're in Blackstone or something that's really cool. So you get a lot of bang for your buck, but you've got the commute. If you need to come down into Denver, you've got that drive time. But again, places in Denver, you might not even have the opportunity or the option to have a home like that in Denver, because demographic-wise, as far as these older neighborhoods and how things are zoned and how much space that they have, you just can't even buy like that lake house in Denver.
All right, guys, now one of the biggest differences you're going to find between Aurora and Denver, and really, I mean, sitting right there, downtown.
Not sure if you can see it.
Through our big, massive glass.
I'm Hans. I'm France, and we want to pump you up.
So Aurora does not have a dedicated downtown. Now they do have really big shopping centers, unlike Parker, different video, but they do have really big shopping centers all over the city, but you don't have a dedicated downtown that you can go to.
I know you guys are thinking the same thing I'm thinking. I already said that, and he's just trying to like repeat what I said. It's a commonality in a lot of our videos, but I think what he's trying to say is like what that comes with is like a lot of different professions that are down here, but your nightlife. So if you guys are have people coming into town and you want to live, stay at some of those hotels, the eateries, just the things that you can do at night down here, the clubs, whatever you want to get involved with, sports, Denver Nuggets, Colorado Rockies, Avalanche, just a lot of cool fun being in the heart of the city versus on the outskirts. And the one thing that you save is the commute time and the atmosphere, because that kind of comes with living with downtown.
Yeah, and to add to that, guys, so much of that is lifestyle. And are you looking for a more fast-paced lifestyle? Do you like, just the hustle and bustle of being downtown and seeing people riding their bikes to work? You're seeing people that are walking and like just active and going and doing stuff. If something like that is for you, then Denver might be your place.
100%. All right, guys, moving forward, we're going to get into some convenience, right? So downtown's super cool. I definitely enjoy downtown. However, having kids and just some things that are important for us is cooking food and, hey, providing for family and having dinner at night with home. And not that you can't do that downtown, but what I'm getting into is convenience, right? So when you're down here, when you're downtown, proximity to grocery stores or like a Walgreens or whatever it may be, like you just don't have as much, you're not in closest proximity, if I'm saying that appropriately, when you live downtown versus like, hey, if you're out in Aurora, you can find a Walgreens on every corner. You can find Whole Foods. You can find, any type of grocery store that you need. It's usually super close to you, super convenient.
Yeah, now Denver has like made leaps and bounds improvements in this area. When I lived down here in Denver in about 2006, 2007, yeah, you couldn't just go to a grocery store. There wasn't just a Walgreens. There definitely wasn't a Whole Foods like we have now here in Union Station. So they've made a ton of improvements. But here's the thing. Even if you live by one of these grocery stores or a Walgreens, you still got to drive there, find a parking spot.
It's going to be super busy because it's the only store for like 14 blocks. And a lot of people need to use it, or somebody not from your block is going to creep onto your block and go to your store.
That's right.
They're going to be right in front of you in line. And they're the same type of person that comes by themselves to Chipotle and wants to order 16 burritos. You just need one order of tacos. It's that person, right? So food for thought. All jokes aside, it's not terrible or anything like that, but you don't have as many, right? And just the way that downtown is zoned, you don't necessarily need as many either, right? So just food for thought as far as like not only proximity to where they are, but how busy they're going to be when you get there. If you go to like a Trader Joe's out here, just plan your day around Trader. Like you can't even get a parking spot in that parking lot because not only is it super popular, it's because it's super popular, right? So take a day off to do your groceries. Moving into the outdoor experience with Colorado parks. Now, something that is consistent through Aurora and through Denver and downtown Denver is
Colorado as a whole.
The Colorado feel. Yeah, Colorado as a whole. You get a lot of parks. You get a lot of places to jog and walk. Right now, we're outside by the Platte River. Super cool. The atmospherics of it are great. The one thing you see more toward Aurora is like your state parks. So like Cherry Creek State Park. You've got Aurora Reservoir out there. So you have a lot more space to just go ride bikes and do the trail thing. Out here, like within the heart of Denver, not as much, right? In our opinion, not as much. Doesn't mean you can't get outside and enjoy the dog parks or enjoy like these walks, but they tend to be super narrow and really long. So yeah, you could definitely jog the Platte River. Is it super convenient for like the same way you would use a reservoir like Cherry Creek State Park or Aurora's, where you can almost live like that lake life and go into the water or be on the sand? You don't have any of that in the heart of Denver. So that's where you find more like, and I'm getting outside of Aurora, but like Chatfield Reservoir, Aurora Reservoir, Cherry Creek, a lot of cool things with that. No, you do not find that here in the heart of Denver.
Yeah, now to make up for that, if what you're looking for is just to be active and go out and have maybe just like quick accessibility to something, there's dog parks all over Denver. Again, just being out and about downtown for that just hustle and bustle of getting to work and, just being on foot. It checks that box, but definitely it's just a lot more space down in Aurora.
hey, and here's the deal though, right? Like if people are living in Aurora and they commute to a Rockies game, cool. You live here, you commute to a state park to go do the reservoir thing, and maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you don't need it as much, so yeah, it doesn't really bother you if it's not here. You'd rather get outside and walk your dog and be a part of like that downtown experience or that downtown feel, or just being a part of like these little bit more established neighborhoods that are still in the heart of city limits of Denver, but not necessarily downtown Denver.
All right, now commute.
Commute. It's the same.
Yeah.
Whether you're going from Denver to Aurora or Aurora to Denver, man, that's a hard one. Not that anybody's trying to win here as far as the differences. We're really just trying to give you guys some comparisons. But depending on where you're going for work, or if you love being in the mountains and you need that to be a close commute, it just depends on your circumstances as far as like what commute looks better for you. Southeast Aurora, it's toward the southeast side, right, of this, not the state, but just definitely southeast of Denver. A longer commute to the mountains.
Super close to DIA.
Super close.
Yeah,
so if you're traveling, most people that we know travel more than they go to the mountains. So if you need to be closer to DIA, man, you're right off of 470, super close. However, it's not terrible from Denver. You just hit I-70 East and you would be there. But man, again, it really just comes down to like when you're home, what do you want that to feel like? Especially if you're someone that travels a lot, man, whatever you want your home to be, prioritize that.
All right, finally, guys, schools. Man, let's talk about it. Aurora, we have Cherry Creek schools. Now, is that all of Aurora or just southern?
You have Aurora Public Schools for like your mid to north Aurora, northern side of Aurora. And then the other part of the mid to all the way through southeast Aurora, you've got Cherry Creek District 5.
Mm-hmm. Now, Denver schools, guys, kind of all over the map as far as ratings go. A lot of the elementary schools do have higher ratings. They do tend to go down as you go into middle school and high school. You'll see lower ratings there. But there are a lot of private and charter school options up here in Denver, downtown Denver, that a lot of people choose to take advantage of.
Yeah, your option, right? And again, all jokes aside, like schools are super important to us. We've got kiddos, so you just got to make your decisions. Doesn't mean you can't live in Denver. It just means maybe looking at some of those charter or private schools if you like, or just do your research on the individual school that you're looking at, because there are still some great schools. Is it a heavy hitter like a Cherry Creek school? No, in my opinion, no. But that doesn't mean that you can't find a good one. So bottom line, just make sure you're doing your due diligence. And the flip side of that coin is just because you're in Cherry Creek doesn't mean you won't have an issue with a teacher or with a specific school. So either way, just because something's graded high doesn't mean that you don't do your due diligence. So I guess, long story long, I'm not answering your question about schools. It's kind of like, hey, could go either way for you. Just make sure that you do your due diligence. I will say, I think everyone knows where I live. Take it for what it's worth. But man, just having some fun with the comparisons, and what it looks like for you guys. But the bottom line is, turn these stones, find out what you're looking for, make that priority list for you, and like what matters most, and then don't deter from those, and let's get dived in and see both.
Yeah, and that's something too that we can help, guys. If you're ever questioning or you've got your pros and cons of a couple different places written out, give us a call. We'll jump on a Zoom call. We can dive into a lot of that stuff.
Do you know why we can help?
Why?
Because we're licensed brokers in the state of Colorado.
That's right.
And as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with your real estate needs. So yes, we would love to have you call us. The number popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and text messages. The email, we are the guys who answer the emails as well. More importantly, Eli answers those emails. He's really good at them. He responds really well.
I'm really good at emails. Thank you.
He's awesome. He's super. This guy gets credit from all of our clients. I'm in the trenches on these negotiations in Colorado.
He is.
He gets all the credit. He's like the California kid from Remember the Titans with the long blonde hair and throwing the football. And I'm like that middle linebacker, like fighting everybody just to try to get a win.
That's true. Good team.
Hey, until next time, I'm going to be in the trenches.
That's right.
Eli will be here for you, answering your calls and your emails. But again, guys, if there's anything we can do to help you, please let us know. Until next video, next time, we will see you guys soon.
See ya. Take care.
See you guys.